Hey everyone, welcome to the Nostalgia Effect, the podcast where we examine movies from our childhood through the lens of adulthood. I don't think I've said that in quite some time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, people might have forgotten the format.
Yeah. I got Joe
Brandon.
here.
Hello.
And Johnny.
Hey.
And I'm me, Amy.
It's true. As much as we try to change you.
Yeah, I'm never going to change. Although I did used to try to spell my name differently when I was a kid.
Did you spell it with like 2 E's or something?
I used to do A-M-I-E-E.
Oh,
And I used to do
gross.
A-M-I. And I was like...
A-M-I?
Yeah, I look back at those days, I'm like, God, I was such a stupid kid.
God, I would have punched you.
That's
I
Amy.
would have punched me.
That's Amy. Never gonna change. She's gonna keep wearing the same old clothes.
Yeah. I mean, I have worn this, like, really cozy jacket 2 days in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's really
It's
comfy.
her only jacket.
It's a
It's her
very
only
Amy
set of
jacket.
clothes.
It's plaid, and it looks like I was telling Johnny today, it's like, it looks like I grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
Well, you
Which
look like
she did.
you look like a lumberjack, and that's okay.
That's okay. I'm built like a lumberjack. Okay, really quick though, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Nostalgitis, Nostalgitis,
That's true.
or you can talk to us on email at nostalgiaeffectpod@gmail.com. Send us any movies you think we should talk about and watch that are your favorite from childhood. Give us any questions, concerns, comments, things you like, things you want us to do differently.
No, that last part. Now I think we're pretty much set.
I feel like we do the same
We're
joke
doing it and
every
doing it
single-
and doing it well.
Yeah.
I feel like we do that same joke every single time.
It's not really a
Probably.
joke
Me and you,
anymore.
Joe.
Yeah.
But for the first time in the history of this
world.
podcast,
Oh, no.
this is our 10th episode, by the way. We've been doing this for 4 months.
Yay.
But for the first time in those 4 months and 10 episodes, 2 of us have the same talking trailers and stuff.
We do.
What is it, Joe?
It is CBS All Access and Twilight Zone. Because they're sort of connected.
I mean, I guess you have more CBS All Access than I have Twilight Zone, but CBS All Access is kind of looped into mine.
Yeah, that's the theme.
It's whack, is what it is.
That's the theme.
So you want to kick it off, Joe?
Yeah, well, okay, so the Super Bowl had the trailer for...
Yeah. Which was really good. I
Yeah.
did
Oh my
really
God, it
enjoy
freaks
that
me
trailer.
out because I didn't really watch the Super Bowl. I had it playing on YouTube TV in the background, but for some reason it was on mute most of the time, and I had it I had turned the volume on for some reason, and then I just heard this weird static and shorting. And I was like, oh my God, is my internet messing up? Because it was raining really hard.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, YouTube's glitching, the internet's glitching.
The internet's
need
down!
And
was
I
a
turned it,
code
I
red.
switched it over, and I was like, I just heard Jordan Peele's voice, and I was like, oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
And then she exploded.
So, and then you immediately sent us the
No, it took
link
me
to the
an
video.
hour
Oh,
to find that. It took them an hour to upload it and for me to find it, because I can
Oh, wow.
as soon as that commercial, all the other trailers went up right away, or even before the Super Bowl started.
Yeah.
Like the Avengers trailer was up as soon as the teaser was over.
Yeah.
But it took them an hour. CBS All Access took an hour. Like, I went to their channel and I kept refreshing for
Dang.
for 45 minutes for
She
it to
was
come
on
up.
the hunt.
And then I sent it directly to you
Right.
guys.
See, because I don't watch football, and so I was just
She
like,
doesn't watch the footy balls.
I don't know. It's soccer. I
That
think
sounds
is what we
almost
call
like
it
sweaty
here.
balls.
Sweaty balls.
But yeah, it was just all of a sudden you're just like, I got goosebumps, and you send us Jordan Peele, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But then I watched it, and it was very cool. But so actually, Amy, I think you should go first. You should talk about Twilight Zone and your reaction to it.
Yeah. Well, if you want to see my real true reaction, it's on my YouTube channel. Ooh.
Self plug. Amy, you should stop self plugging so much. You'll go blind.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, shameless self-promotion. It's the best way to get promotion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I got chills. Like, literally, I was in my apartment by myself, and I was doing the wacky, wavy, flailing, inflatable two man dance while I was
What was
watching
that?
this.
She's doing it now, dear
I was
listeners.
I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I'm waving. Like, I was just flapping everywhere.
I'm waving!
I was so excited. I literally was flapping my hands around. I can't not do it. That's how excited I was.
Yeah.
I watch Twilight Zone every morning as I'm getting ready for work. And I really love Twilight Zone. I mean, it's
Kind of explains why you're in a weird mood when you come into work.
yeah, exactly. I always think some kind of something has been happening and I'm like not in the right place. But yeah, I love Jordan Peele also, and I think this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it was a super cool trailer, and I loved
Yeah.
how the music cue came in. You know, how it sort of bled in at the end. It was very cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my bigger thing about CBS All Access, and it's funny because you texted about it, and then my friend Michelle in Colorado texted pretty much the same exact thing, which was, Twilight Zone, Jordan Peele, and it's on CBS All Access.
Yeah.
Fuck. And that's the thing. Is I don't know if we've talked about it on the show. I'm very much against everybody having their own streaming, like premium streaming
Yeah,
service.
I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast, but we've talked about it like IRL.
Yeah,
Did you say IRL?
and also
Yes.
in real life.
That's what IRL means, Joe.
Oh God. Anyway, I and once again I dangle on the edge of the precipice of the generation gap. Anyway.
Joe, what was that meme you told me today? Anytime I talk millennial to you.
Oh yeah. All right then, keep your secrets. But anyway, so because basically everybody's gonna have their own premium streaming service thing.
I mean,
you can't
yeah,
have all of them.
yeah.
At some point, somebody's going to hit on the brilliant idea to bundle them all together, and we're back at fucking cable.
Right.
You know, and it's just like, you know, Netflix works, Hulu works, Amazon, you get free shipping.
works, yeah.
So, you know, it's just like limit it to that, and then, you know, go directly to your people, because it's like CBS All Access does not have enough content to justify
No.
its own thing.
How much
And
is it? Do you know?
I think it's like $8.99.
Yeah, somebody I had said I don't want to get it. Let me pull the comment up, but the only other reason I would get it, and it's kind of a moot point anyways, is they have the entire I Love Lucy archive.
Right.
But I have every
You have it on
single
DVD,
I have
right?
every single I Love Lucy DVD,
Yeah.
and they finally took it off of CBS. Like you can't watch it exclusively on CBS on
Yeah.
YouTube TV.
Yeah.
They let you watch it now. Mm-hmm. So it's like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I just find it frustrating that for this one thing you
That
want,
the- yeah,
you
that
have to
the-
subscribe to a whole thing.
Yeah.
Platform.
It's
You know?
$5
thing.
to $6 a month.
Which is, I mean, and that's not an unreasonable price. I mean, it's cheaper than Netflix. It's cheaper than Amazon.
Yeah, but you're getting a whole lot less.
But you're getting a whole lot less.
I think they have three three
Yeah.
CBS All Access shows. It's like Star Trek,
Star Trek Discovery,
the Christine Baranski
Good
show,
Fight, Good Fight, I think.
and the now Twilight Zone.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know, it's maybe not a bad price, but then if you have the other ones,
Yeah.
you're at
Yeah, well, I mean,
$20,
yeah.
$30, and your internet is probably, I mean, mine's $65.
Yeah,
mine's
mine
like
is
good,
too.
like
Yeah, and so then guess what? You're
Yeah.
pushing $100 really soon.
pretty much.
You know, and so it's just a real
Well, and
pain
it's
in
like
the ass.
like with Amazon, I think, and you can do the same thing with YouTube TV. They add like those premium channels,
Those
like
channels you can add it
HBO,
on.
Showtime.
Yeah.
They don't have HBO with YouTube TV, but you can get Showtime for an extra like $5.
Right.
But it's like,
Yeah.
why can't they just like you already have CBS on YouTube TV, and I'm already paying $30 and $35, and most people pay $40 now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's going to YouTube. You ain't paying CBS. CBS
Yeah,
is
but-
trying to get to that money.
But
They want
they
the
I think
individual relationship.
Yeah, they're trying to
with the
get that
end user.
internet money.
yeah, but they also have to like don't they have to split between like all of their broadcasters and stuff too?
I don't know.
I don't know
Like
how that
the way
works.
cable. I
Well,
don't-
so that's
like-
actually something else that I really wonder. And if there's a smart listener, maybe they can let us know, because basically the networks get to use the airwaves for free, right? That's kind of like that's the. I mean,
Yeah.
they do digital. It's digital airwaves used to be analog airwaves, but they get to use them for free. They in exchange for providing however many hours of educational content and meeting these other criteria, they get to use it for free. So they're saving a lot of money in distribution, essentially, by people
For
Yeah.
over the air
for over the air
Yeah.
broadcast.
Which I mean, not a lot of people have like antennas to pick that shit up.
Right,
anymore,
true.
you know?
Well, a lot of TVs haven't built.
I mean, they have
in
built-in
and-
tuners, but I mean, like,
Yeah,
I have my TV is like 10 years old. I have to get a separate antenna thing,
Yeah.
but I can only access like the local channels,
well, I mean, that's what
like
it's
public. Yeah,
But my question is, they're getting this thing for free, and then they are, I guess, possibly using. They're now taking advantage of the savings of distribution for free, and they have and they're funding shows that you have to pay to see.
Yeah.
right.
And my what I wonder is, you know, say like for instance, if you get added on to it's sort of like a tax thing is what I'm wondering, because if you get added on to like a significant other's healthcare policy, which I just recently learned this, you pay your whatever above and beyond your healthcare cost is. You know, if it's like $50 for one person, then it's $100 for two people, but you have to pay a tax at the end of the year on essentially the savings of being a part of a group plan. Because maybe the business is $50 for a person to be involved, but insurance by itself outside of the group, it's like $200. So you're having to pay $150 tax on that savings. So I'm wondering if CBS gets free distribution over the air, do they pay taxes on that? Essentially that free discount thing that they're getting.
I feel like they would have to.
Maybe, but
I feel like
I don't feel corporate, like, they don't pay any taxes.
they probably don't. You know, and it's just like I'm just wondering. It's like, so they have the savings, presumably, and then they're.
I do have a
making
question
these shows.
though about the shows. Like, you watch Star Trek.
I did. I watched
Discovery,
season
right?
1. Yeah.
How is the production value? Is it like a higher production value?
The production
than anything
value
else?
is stunning.
Is
yeah,
it? Okay.
I
so-
watched the first 2 episodes when they aired for free on CBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked great. It looked like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies.
Really?
It did without. It wasn't like quite as like actiony, shaky cam,
Yeah.
lens flare stuff.
Like it just
but it
had
was,
that cinematic look.
But I mean, it didn't look like a TV, like, because I mean,
No.
obviously, like
It didn't-
a
it
lot
didn't
with,
look like-
the what is it? It's not the WB.
Multicam?
No, not the WB anymore. What's the super
CW.
The CW. Like, their superhero shows look like shit. I mean, they look fine, but
I would disagree.
I'm just saying the special effects on them, because they don't have the budget to, like,
I don't know. The Flash sometimes
the
has
Flash
really
and
good
Arrow.
special effects.
I mean, they actually dump a
like a lot of the Flashes,
they dump
like,
a significant amount of money.
I know they
Yeah.
do, but I'm just saying it's not like up to par of something like on
I don't know.
Netflix.
Like,
You
King Shark
I was gonna
on
say
The
King
Flash was
Shark and
so
Gorilla Grodd
good.
look awesome.
Yeah.
And those are fully CG'd characters.
the lightning
I don't buy
sometimes,
it.
like when they're in the turbine, looked really cool too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of Arrow and the Flash,
Yeah.
and they look pretty good. But Star Trek is only having to deal with CG ships, which are a lot easier than organic things.
Yeah.
But the show, production wise, not only the special effects, but the set design, the costuming, the lighting,
You could
the
tell, like,
camera
at
work.
least the money that they're getting
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
you have to pay to watch the show, whatever. Like, it's at least going into the content.
It
In the way
is,
that, like,
yeah.
Netflix, at least, when you watch something of Netflix, it's, usually the production value is
Yeah.
pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Like it's I can attest to this. It's like YouTube Premium. Even some of their shows are still pretty. Like,
You and YouTube, man, it's always
I'm just saying, it's comparative.
You
Does
corporate
YouTube Premium-
shill. Word of the week.
Yeah,
Amy's a corporate shill for YouTube. You heard it here first.
Yeah, Johnny's,
Sorry, I do work for YouTube now.
that's true. She does. But the YouTube Premium thing, does that come with YouTube TV? Do you have to pay above and
I
beyond
have to
that?
pay.
See, that's
okay,
also
hold on,
fucking
hold on.
bullshit.
Yeah, but we.
Okay, well, no, okay. With YouTube TV, you get the YouTube Premium like shows and stuff, but I get the YouTube Premium because I get that, but it's an extra thing to get ad free. And you can download your videos to your device to watch offline. You can background play from the app on your phone. So it's like if you were to play a YouTube video, but then press the home button to go do something else,
Yeah.
it would stop playing. But for me, I can leave it playing in the background and go do something else. Like I can go to Instagram and scroll through Instagram while I'm listening to this YouTube video.
Oh, see, I would never do that. If I'm watching something, I'm going to sit there and watch it.
Yeah, but a lot of people use it for music. Yeah, so
And
like
you also get YouTube Music for free when you're paying
They have
the.
a music thing? Mm-hmm. Jesus.
It's like it's connected with their
basically-
Vivo accounts.
yeah,
I think
it's basically just
like Google Play Music or something.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I mean, CBS All Access, and here's the other frustrating thing about CBS All Access for me. In America, North America, you have to have CBS All Access to watch Star Trek Discovery, Good Fight, Twilight Zone. If you're anywhere else, all
on
of that
Netflix.
stuff is on Netflix.
Get a VPN.
So, I know, but then it's just, but that's the frustrating thing is why is it in America that you have to?
Because they're trying to get the bucks.
Because CBS isn't in other. It's like it's not in Canada. It's not in
Well, I mean,
the
it's
UK.
an American broadcast
Yeah.
company, yeah.
So it like that's why. It's because it's
Yeah.
distributing. They want to distribute it to outside like the country.
Yeah, but but outside the country they don't have to have a separate.
But they're probably getting
Streaming
paid an exorbitant licensing fee for that.
Probably, in which case I'm sure that they could work out a deal. It's just that they want to have their own thing here in America, but it's just it's stupid. And
Yeah.
eventually the streaming bubble that we're in is going to collapse, and it's going to collapse hard. You know, I mean, it's just...
I don't think so. I think it's here to stay. I think it's a rock-solid business model. I think Netflix is never going to go out
Johnny's
of business.
actually starting his own streaming service.
It's true. Johnny TV. It's pretty bad.
What are you gonna play?
Don't worry about it.
But you're going to want to pay your extra $8 a month
It's
to
just
see
Johnny
it.
recreating Lightsaber Boy. I can totally see you doing
That'd be
that.
pretty good.
What is Lightsaber Boy?
It's this boy in like a brown Jedi.
You've seen it before. Is
Yeah,
that
he's
video?
in like a garage and he's like wearing this like brown Jedi robe and he's just like, it's an overweight kid waving a lightsaber around.
Yeah, it's a super
Stop.
old video.
You had me
but-
at overweight kid. I'm sold.
In lightsaber?
Yeah, that's hilarious. Does he fall down?
I don't think so.
Oh.
He
But
does
it's funny.
fall down, yes.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay.
he does?
I'm pretty sure.
I think he makes lightsaber noises with his mouth too. If I
Well, who
it's
doesn't?
been
Who
it's been
doesn't?
so long since I've seen
I mean,
it.
it's
but
an old video. It's an old YouTube thing.
yeah, it's an old viral video. You've probably seen it before.
Gotcha. Well, anyway, I guess that
Anyways.
was more of a rant than anything else.
Yeah.
It was. Joe was on a soapbox for quite a long time.
that's
And now he's
the
got
other
more.
thing. Yeah, actually. Wait, I'm getting back up in the box. All right, I'm on the box.
Wow, Joe, you're getting old.
I know. I gotta stretch. But the other thing about CBS All Access that I think is kind of stupid is I've noticed 2 billboards while I was driving around today. There's 2 billboards. One of them features...
Not 3. Outside of Missouri.
We're in Los Angeles, Amy. And it's inside Los Angeles, not outside.
Okay.
But there's like some dude with his sleeves rolled up. I have no idea who he is. And it just says, "It's on" in really big letters around this guy. And then below in the lower like right-hand corner of the billboard, it says hashtag CBS All Access or something like that.
Really?
And then, and then just up the street from our office, there's one, and I do know who it is. It's Sonequa Martin Green from Star Trek Discovery in this big spacesuit. And it says, "It's on." And then lower corner, it says hashtag CBS All Access. But the thing is, if you don't know what the hell those, like, if I didn't recognize who she was, much like I don't recognize this man,
Yep.
you're not advertising your fucking shows.
I mean, it's not the shows. It's
It's
CBS
the service.
also. Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, the service, it's not like Netflix that just has a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
It's still trying to develop its own identity.
Yeah.
In which case you have to advertise the properties
shows,
you've got. And so I just thought it was really, really like boneheaded marketing.
It's a waste of
I'm
marketing
trying to find the
dollars.
billboard that you're talking about, the
Yeah.
guy, just to see if I can figure out who it is. I don't think I know.
I think it's on Sepulveda, like south of here.
Oh,
But the
I
one
don't
you
go
can
that way.
you can see from our office.
Oh yeah, I
is
can see it in the reflection
Sonequa
of your
Martin Green
window.
one. Yeah.
But I think it's from Bull. There's like this lawyer TV show called Bull.
Oh, Bull. Yeah. I think
More
it's
like
Bull.
bullshit.
But,
Am
like,
I
don't-
right?
Yes,
Oh,
you are
nailed it.
correct, sir.
Yeah, I can't find like for sure what it is. It's
Yeah.
not.
That
mean,
might
well,
be
it doesn't
it.
matter what
He's
it
in like a
is.
suit,
Yeah.
or not a
Yeah.
suit, but like in a button-up shirt.
The whole
and
point
nice
is that
pants.
it's not a very good billboard.
I think it's terrible.
Yeah, that's dumb.
All right, anyway, I'm gonna get off the
Okay.
soapbox now.
So,
Oh boy.
okay, we're gonna talk about one of my personal favorite movies from childhood, National Treasure, today. This is actually technically Johnny's pick because I wanted to do My Day with the President's Daughter for President's Day.
Actually,
but
it was kind of like mine and Johnny's pick because
knows
nobody
what
wanted to
that
watch
is.
that. And I said, "How about anything else?"
So instead of that, we're doing National Treasure, and I, not even begrudgingly, obliged to watch
Oh
this.
yeah, you leapt on it.
I was like, yes, let's do it. I'm surprised we
like a-
haven't done it already.
Yeah, like a fat person at a food convention. You were on it.
I'm like that at a food convention anyways. I don't have to be fat.
He was calling you fat, is what he meant to say.
Oh,
He was really,
not true.
He was very mean.
Johnny's sowing discord in the group.
I am.
Well, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to keep going. So, National Treasure is almost 15 years old.
Oh my
That's
god!
nuts.
came
It
out
does
in-
not feel like that.
Yeah, it came out November
I
19th.
swear it looked 18.
Hey.
Came out November 19th, 2004. It was directed by John Turteltaub, starring a whole plethora of people.
A plethora?
A plethora. Nic Cage,
Yeah.
Dan Kruger, Justin Bartha, Sean Bean in one of his very few non-perishing roles. John Voight, Harvey Keitel, and a very small cameo from the one and only Christopher Plummer. So, a quick synopsis of this. A historian races to find the legendary
Did
Templar
you say a
treasure.
historian racist?
Races.
Oh,
A historian races to find the legendary Templar treasure before a team of mercenaries.
because there were only white people in this film, so like, he
That
could
is
have been a
true.
historian racist.
Yeah. And we've all seen this before, right?
I saw it in theaters. and
A
that
while
was,
ago,
That was
though.
the
Yeah.
only time I saw it. I saw it in theaters and then never saw it again.
Yeah.
I saw it. I think I had it. I didn't have it on DVD, but I definitely rented it. I think more than once. I remember the movie fondly, although I had
Did you
not seen
fondle
it.
the movie?
You know what, Joe? It's private. I remember seeing it maybe more than once, but I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a while since I've seen it.
And
So-
Amy watches this movie every day.
Almost. I do watch this movie every few months. Anytime it's like on TV, like it's usually on like Freeform or Disney Channel, or like sometimes I have it on digital. I'll throw it up on my TV and fall asleep to it.
So you make the active choice to watch this movie.
Well, it's always usually on in the background. Like I will put it on
Yeah,
and
but
I will
you select it. You go to a menu and you say,
because it's a movie
This
that
one.
I don't want to like necessarily like focus on. as
"Yeah,
I'm
it's something
falling
you could."
asleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm just saying.
Like a lullaby, hearing Nic Cage's sweet, sweet yelling.
God. Oh. So Amy, you loved it. Johnny, you liked it when you
liked
saw it
Yeah.
the first time,
I
right?
I remember liking it. Yes.
I fucking hated this movie when I saw it in theaters.
Really?
Fucking hated it.
I can't wait to see what you feel about
And
it when we rewatch it.
It's a point of contention with Sarah and myself because Sarah thinks that movie is a national treasure. And she thinks it's a fucking delight, is what she says.
Well-
A fucking delight.
Yeah. And we argue over this film.
Really? Okay. So this is something that I realized after our discussion, like after we had picked this movie, our discussion last week when we were talking about our first DVDs.
Yeah.
I think this was the first DVD I ever purchased for myself.
Really?
But the funny thing is, this was like back in 2004. This movie came out in 2004.
Yeah.
I got my first iPod, the first generation iPod video. Like it still had the click wheel and everything. It was
Yeah.
the first iPod Color.
Yeah.
I
It had
like
that
this
was the one with
movie.
like the little tiny screen, right? But otherwise a normal
No,
iPod.
it was like the normal like iPod with the click wheel,
Yeah.
not the Nano.
Yeah. You know, I
Yeah,
know.
it was like it was either in black or white.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of had the glass screen. So I got one of those back in 2005 for my birthday. It was like right after they came out. Those came out I think in like October of 2004.
Yeah.
I love this movie so much. I wanted to be able to watch it on the bus on the way to school. So even though I had the DVD, I bought it on iTunes.
Wow.
That's
And I
hilarious.
still have it on digital and
That's
DVD.
the digital version you have is the one you
I
bought
ha-
in
yes.
2005.
Yes.
That's amazing that it still exists on that.
I can't actually
Because you can connect your iTunes with your Movies Anywhere account.
Yeah.
And so I saw the Santa Claus 2 I bought on iTunes.
No, but what's shocking to me is I don't think I realized that movies were available digitally in 2005.
Yeah, they weren't like super. I don't remember.
I don't think I've bought a movie digitally, so it's not like something
Yeah.
I'm super aware of.
Well, it's like I bought a lot of stuff because it was pretty cheap. It was like maybe $3 for like $3.99 or $5.99.
Oh shit.
to buy the movie?
It was
movie?
like
In
one of those.
2005?
No, this is one of those times I think when it was like really on sale, like right when like digital movies were kind of starting to be.
They were
a
trying to
thing.
get you on
Yeah.
I
board.
guess, yeah. I guess.
Because
Wow.
like I bought the entire first season of Hannah Montana for $30 and got in a lot of trouble. But yeah, I bought this movie. I still have it on DVD. The DVD I have is the DVD I bought back in 2005.
Amy, I have a question. Why did you get in trouble for buying Hannah Montana?
Because it
Because
wasn't
it's
Christian.
$35. And it wasn't my money. It was my parents' credit card.
So basically, you stole from your parents. Gotcha. That makes sense.
What would Hannah Montana think of that?
I think
Which,
Not good.
I don't know. I think she was kind of thankful that she had an extra $35 in her pocket.
Guess I don't know.
yeah, this is back when I really liked Miley Cyrus.
You still like Miley Cyrus, admit it.
I think she likes Miley Cyrus.
Mm.
Just got a crush on Miley Cyrus. Admit it.
It's okay.
It's all right, man. It's 2019. It's okay.
But speaking of people I do have a crush on, Justin Bartha. He
I thought you were gonna say Nic Cage. I was like, well, don't we all?
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's a given. But
Men want to
Justin
be
Bartha.
him. Ladies want to be with him.
Oh, it's Nic Cage.
So
he is the
Bartha-
national treasure.
Bartha is the
he plays
mouthy
the
sidekick.
sidekick, yes. And I had texted my sisters earlier today because I was like, they used to say that this was my favorite, or they would like, if this movie came on, they're like, oh, your favorite movie's on, kind of in a joking manner, but not really. So I texted them earlier today to ask them what they thought my favorite movie was as when we were kids.
Yeah.
Seeing if they would say the same thing I thought they would say. No, they didn't.
What did they say?
It's because they don't care about
They
you.
said Emperor's New Groove or Space Jam. I'm like, both are very true.
I was expecting their response to be, "Who is this?
Excuse me? How did you get this number?
Who dis?"
But yeah, I mean,
Well, should we watch the film?
yeah, because there's some more stuff that I can talk about that we can talk about once we get into the movie.
Because it has been a
Alright.
long time.
Yeah.
And now, our feature presentation.
And we're back.
We're back!
Hello.
We made it.
I have emerged.
We have survived the adventure of a lifetime through our nation's historical background,
Yeah.
imagery.
Yeah.
At least we didn't have to climb Mount Rushmore like they do in Book of Secrets, which is a
Spoiler!
piece of shit movie.
But you know what? I still had to sit through this movie.
You didn't like it the
don't
second
like
time
it?
around?
I fucking hate this movie
Why do you
still.
hate it? I mean, I understand it's not a good movie.
No, it is
It's
not.
But
not.
it's a fun movie. I
It's
still have
not.
fun with
It's
it.
so frustrating. Okay.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Everything about it is.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna get on the.
You're the one that
soapbox.
has like the timer in front of
That's
you.
true.
So
Okay.
I will time you. 5
Here I
minutes.
go.
Wait. Let me get the timer out. Hold on.
I may not even need 5 minutes.
You just.
I might
are you
just.
gonna put
all
the
of
Are you
it.
gonna put the alarm on? Make it that blaring alarm noise.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
go.
ready?
I'm not gonna
Okay.
time
Okay.
you.
Firstly, this movie fucking sucks.
Back
It
it
has the same problem that I have with the Da Vinci Code, which is it's not a suspension of disbelief. It's like kicking disbelief in the balls a bunch of times while it's on the ground. There is no reason to believe any of this is even remotely reasonable, and it doesn't like give you the groundwork to do so. I don't believe Nicolas Cage as anything intelligent, let alone
when is
like
he
a
ever?
brilliant,
He's so
like, but like a
good.
brilliant like riddle solver as well
I
as
love
an
when he's solving the
archaeologist.
riddles.
It's so bad. 'Cause
Out loud,
he's
it's
just
so
he's just
good.
walking around. He's like, oh, okay, and
He's
then
like,
this
and
this
then
has to mean this, and it's like, no, what the fuck? How did you
It's
jump to
so
this?
good.
And then it's like maybe you would have a more lucrative job just figuring shit out, or like making the crosswords for the New York Times. And then he's also, despite being a historian, archaeologist with ridiculous qualifications, he doesn't know how to archaeologist. You know,
He's not an archaeologist,
Yeah, he's
right?
not.
But he's like
He's
like
a
a lover
treasure
of
hunter.
history.
Yes.
But he's a lover of history, and yet he is destroying the very history. That ship that they find in the beginning
Yeah.
is a treasure on its own.
Yeah.
In
But
its
he
own
is
right.
Like
Just-
yeah,
but
he
he-
doesn't destroy it.
But he destroys everything else, and he doesn't even like photograph anything. You know, like
Well, because he's only there for one thing only.
sex.
Sex with Sean Bean. I mean,
And then
Who doesn't?
And then let's talk about Sean Bean here for a second. Even though he's not stupid, he's also
He's
like
also
this
just a smart-
bumbling bad
yeah,
guy
yeah.
that is like as smart but
Just as-
bumbling
yeah.
and not super. And he's not super. He has very little like credible threat as a villain.
yeah, but
Even though like they like kill people and they try to kill them, they're just still fuck ups.
Yeah.
You know. And like jokey fuck ups.
no. I don't think he's supposed to be, because he's like I don't know. He's not supposed to be like a villainous villain with
Yeah.
like evil intent.
Also, he goes villain way too early, in my opinion. Like he should have double crossed them end of second act. You know, the thing where they just like he just turns on him. It's like, whoa, this escalated really quickly. You went from
Yeah, but then
I don't want to
how are they
help
gonna-
you steal the Constitution to I'm just going to kill
the
you.
Declaration of
Declaration of
Independence, bro.
Whatever.
All right, there's a difference.
There's a
Know
whole
your
meme.
history.
There is an entire meme dedicated to Nicolas Cage saying, "I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence."
Whatever. And then so what 2:30?
Yep.
Let's go with the score by Trevor Rabin, who can often turn in a really good score, like
What else
Con
is he-
Air and Armageddon, and I'm blanking on some other stuff. But he was in Yes, the band Yes, before he started composing for movies,
okay.
and he's done a good job in other films. In this movie, it's generic action movie bullshit that feels like somebody just had a CD of it, and there's just like really sloppy crossfades. There's no theme.
For a hot second,
But
the
it's like
Pirates
it's
theme's
just
in
the
there.
most generic, annoying, uninteresting.
I guess I don't even think about the score.
It gets,
It's not, I mean, I don't
well,
know.
I
don't-
said this to Joe earlier today, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Stop! I have thought."
I had
and I was humming the theme to myself because it was stuck in my head because I was watching
theme?
the
There's
theme,
no
like the
theme.
I don't.
Well,
I
it
don't
was
know.
like
I don't. I can't think of the thing. This is a Disney movie, right?
Is
Yes.
it a Disney
Okay,
movie?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just like the background music. I had it stuck in my head for like a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
today.
like. I don't. The reason I like this movie isn't
But then now
for
I have
any
Pirates
of
of the Caribbean.
yeah.
so
any
that
of
can-
these things. Like the scores.
Let's also
like,
go with Nicolas Cage's lack of chemistry with her name. I think is Dion Kruger.
Diane.
No,
Oh,
it's
it's
Dion. It's
Is
like
it really? Well, I
yeah.
know she's German.
Yeah,
but right,
but
she's
like they
German?
have zero chemistry. And that bit when he
Yeah.
grabs her and like kisses her full on the mouth, I was like, where did that come from? She was
Well-
not giving you signals, bro.
To be honest, Nicolas Cage always has zero chemistry with any female counterpart.
Yeah.
he's on screen with.
So they should have given, and then they should have given it to this dumbass mouthy sidekick that you love, this Justin Bartha.
I love him. It's
Doesn't
always-
shut up.
He's pretty annoying
He
in the
is
movie.
He's
so
annoying,
I want to
but I-
strangle him because he's not comic relief. He's just he's
There.
comic torture is what
Yeah.
he is because he's
I
not
think he's
funny
hilarious.
and he
No,
doesn't die.
He's not funny.
He's not
It's
funny.
it's very much like I like this movie, but yeah, his character. I'm like, just shut up.
Also, 6 people wrote this fucking thing. It took 6 people to write this movie.
well, 3 of those people
Are
are
dead.
Story credits, but
well, they're script doctors.
yeah, but it needed more doctoring because this thing was dead on arrival.
Well,
boom, 5 minutes.
Here's on that
kinda.
side note of it like needing more people to doctor it.
Yeah.
I forgot and didn't realize that this movie was over 2 hours long, but
2 interminable hours.
on
Sarah loves this movie and she fell asleep.
on the DVD commentary, John Turtletop says that the initial rough cut was 4 hours long.
Holy shit.
Fuck, what else could they...
Yeah.
This movie already
They
felt
had a lot of
long.
clues. All right, they had to go.
Yeah.
From this place.
Yeah, and
to
they're
this
like, what
place.
if there's another clue at the end when you get to the tower with the lights for Paul Revere? There's gonna be another clue.
Which I do think is funny. I don't know. I told you this movie is not a good movie, but I like it.
yeah,
I mean,
this
I can't defend. You're right in the points that you're making.
yeah. Oh yeah, I can totally.
I love it, but I do like that. Like Sean Bean is supposed to be like a really smart guy, you know.
yeah.
And they lie to him and say like, "What is it?" It's like, "Oh, it was the number of lanterns that because it's like 1 of by sea or 2 of by sea or
One
whatever."
if by
the-
land,
One of
two
them by sea.
whatever.
Yeah.
And she like I like that he just doesn't know that
Yeah.
that like that. And I
He's
feel like
also
that's
British.
that's like a grade school fact, right?
Well, yeah, but he is English, and so it makes sense that he wouldn't know that
guess.
because they're not going to teach like their kids
American
about their
history.
biggest
Yeah.
defeat.
Well, I guess I don't know what to teach over there.
Yeah,
Well, I-
because
across
it's like
the
his
pond.
whole team. Yeah, his whole team is like not American.
Yeah.
They all have accents.
Also, I felt like stakes wise, they made it seem like the fate of U.S. history is in jeopardy, but really the stakes were we just want to make money, we just want to find treasure, and it's like I don't care that much
Well,
about you just finding treasure.
At the very end, it was like
It's about the hunt, all right, not the
apparently-
treasure.
like apparently it was worth $10 billion what they found, and they could have gotten 10% of that. And he takes like 1%.
But their agent takes the rest.
No, they take like Nic Cage turns him down. And he's like, no, I only want 1%. Because like at the end, like before Riley gets into his hot rod, he's like he only got like 0.5% or something, and then Nic Cage only took 1%. But
Math
it was
not my strong suit, Amy. Where are you going?
so
with
like
this?
if they had taken 10%, they would have like it was $10 billion. They'd taken 10%. If my math is correct,
I don't think
that
it
would
is.
have been $1 billion.
So I still don't care about them finding.
But they took
treasure
1%
and getting rich.
of that. They took 1% of 10 billion, which I don't know what that would be.
I don't know. I ain't a
If there's-
mathematician.
There's only some way to calculate this.
Nope, no ways.
It's $1 billion times 0.1. No, 0.01.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
1%.
doing that, but
She's like, fuck it. I don't
but
fuck it.
they turned down $1 billion.
So?
It's not about the money; it's about the hunt.
But that's what the movie's about. The movie's about the treasure.
Well, the
and
movie is
clearing the
about
Gates' name.
yeah, it's about being recognized, all right, as not crazy people.
Clearing, yeah, and making John Boyd see that his dad wasn't crazy and that his son's not crazy.
His dad, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah,
Chris
which-
Plummer, who can tell me a bedtime story anytime? Because that was
Yeah, he can.
yeah.
Although it's funny, he's one of those people when he puts on an American accent, he still sounds like him. Like, have you ever heard Patrick Stewart or Ian McKellen put on
I don't think
an
I
American
have.
I don't think I
accent?
have either.
I think you probably have, and you're just like, you sound the same.
You
know,
true. Yeah.
because they both have. Patrick Stewart has.
Are you gonna tell us where in England their accent comes from?
Well, actually, Patrick Stewart is from Yorkshire,
bitch.
but his accent is put on. It's something that he lost his. He worked to put his Yorkshire accent like away, and the way he speaks now is the way he was trained to speak for the theater.
The theater.
Yeah, I don't want to mention this podcast because I don't like this podcast anymore, but I think he talked about it on Chris Hardwick's podcast.
She doesn't like it because Chris Hardwick is a creep,
Yeah.
who she used to have a crush on.
You're not wrong. He hurt my feelings.
But oh my god, this fucking movie.
You just don't like Nic Cage, like
No, you know what the thing is, I don't mind.
He's going through American history.
I don't mind Nic Cage because The Rock, good movie. Con Air, good movie.
Yes.
Kick Ass, he's great in that movie.
Yes.
Adaptation, wonderful.
Yes.
But
this is just silly Nic Cage. This isn't
Yeah.
serious
there's that
Nick
bit where he
Cage.
says,
It's like
I
Wicker
have
Man Nic
I have a
Cage.
note. Yeah, it is Wicker Man Nick Cage. 'Cause I have this note where
Although I
he
think
says
it is his most subdued
he's such a
performance.
weird actor where he says, "On my favorite, have the rain trails cut out and
Burned.
burned."
Burned.
Like
I literally
We were
said
just
that to Johnny.
talking
Just
about
comes
that.
by my desk, and I go, I'm like, this is my favorite part. He's talking about he goes, and they have their intros cut out and burn. And I'm like, that's my favorite part. I
Yeah.
love it. I love his delivery. I love.
it's so bizarre.
I love Justin Bartha's delivery.
It's so bizarre.
But that might also be the fact that I've been harboring a crush on him for 15 years.
I hope he's fat and bald now.
He's
That's
not.
weird.
He looks
God
exactly the same.
Damn it. He's so annoying in this
He's
movie.
got that boyish.
You know, and that's the funny thing is like Bartha.
You have a real problem with this dude's last name.
I have a problem with everything about this dude.
That's fine.
But he like Dion Kruger, Miss Kruger. I think it's probably easier. Whatever. I don't care. Amy just showed me a picture of him, and I don't care. She's sitting there. Ugh, she's sitting there after having been kidnapped, and she's trying to talk.
He looks
and
like Paul Rudd.
he does a little bit. But she's just been kidnapped. Nicolas Cage is telling her to shut up. Like she's trying to like
Okay.
stop showing me pictures of him, Amy.
Sorry, you got me looking at him.
She's trying to like say things, and he keeps telling her to shut up, and it's not even funny. It's just rude.
Well, he's thinking. He just stole the Declaration of Independence. He's trying to figure out his next move.
But here's the thing: Justin Bartha
Yes.
doesn't shut his fucking mouth, and he doesn't say anything to him. It's like, that's a little sexist. You're just telling the woman to shut up, but this other dude,
Hey, it was 2004. It was a different time. All right.
different time.
But I also think it's like he's been around this guy for so long that he can just kind of tune him out. And he just tunes
But he
him
can't
out.
tune out a woman that he's just kidnapped.
I mean, he's also got.
I mean, how do you think I deal with it? I tune out the women I kidnap.
Boo.
God.
Boo.
And then also, like, what's with his like 70s shirt collar? Did you notice this? He had like,
No.
when they, I think it's when they leave the FBI building and they're walking out, and he's got like this sports coat on and this big flared like white shirt collar thing sticking out over the
This?
jacket. Yeah, look at that.
I think that's just his shirt collar's open too wide.
the 70s called, and they want their derelict homeless man back.
No, he doesn't have the pointy shirt collars that they have in the 70s. It's just his collar is
It's a
just
very
open.
distinct
It
choice.
is a Nick
It's weird that
Cage
you would
button-up
notice that.
shirt
I mean,
that it's just buttoned.
have you seen the man?
Unbuttoned.
The man dresses like a fucking
This is
vampire.
literally Nick Cage's uniform.
I know. I think what I think, this is my theory. Nick Cage didn't know he was in this film. There was just a camera crew that was following him around.
He was actually solving the mysteries.
That is literally every single Nick Cage role. I feel
Yeah.
like it's just a documentary crew.
He doesn't know he's an actor, like a famous actor.
No,
One
just
thing.
his life that he lives.
One thing about him that, like, I love this movie, and this is one of my favorite parts to make fun of, is when they are in the caves, and he's carrying the torch, and he just, like, he's just walking around, and he, like, is talking, and he smiles, and his teeth are so fucking white. He is covered in dirt, and he's brown and dirty, and his teeth are just so white.
I think there's a lot of things about Nicolas Cage that are not real. His teeth and his hair being the chief among those things.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true.
You know, and it's funny because I was thinking about it, because this movie has all the things that I should actually like.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got like a treasure hunt stuff, like Goonies.
Yeah.
It's got like action archaeology thing, like Indiana Jones.
History
you know how
stuff.
much I love history and puzzles and stuff like that. But the combination in this movie is so like flagrantly offensive and boring at the same time. I just can't stand it, because at least like Goonies, it's not about the treasure, it's about saving Astoria, right? And Indiana Jones, while being more grave robber than archaeologist,
it belongs in a museum.
Yeah, it does. But he, the things that happen are like essentially a funny thing happened on the way to the archaeology site is for Indiana Jones, and he gets embroiled in this shit that he's got to deal with. Yeah. And the point of this movie is the preposterous clues and scavenger hunt nature of like shit hidden all over the New England. And nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, describe
all it needs to be.
Describe Benjamin Franklin Gates, which, by the way,
that's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Come on.
That kid learned how to fight, is all I'm going to say. But like, describe him to me without telling me what he looks like or who plays him.
He's a crazy person. He's Nic Cage.
You failed. You failed.
Crazy person.
There's like, he has no character.
I mean, his character is a single obsession.
Yeah.
That seems to dominate their entire family, right?
Yeah.
And his goal is just to clear his family name, because he knows in his heart that this is not a lie. It's not a myth, right? It's real. This treasure, this thing that nobody else has ever found up until that point in history, whatever, is real. And he's not crazy, and his granddad wasn't crazy, and his dad wasn't crazy.
He's not doing a good job acting not crazy.
Well, he's Nic Cage. But, I mean, you're right. I mean, I'm saying all your points are valid.
Yeah. It's just,
They're
but
not
the movie
wrong.
works for you.
Yeah. It's just some stupid ass shit.
It is
but
some
it's
stupid ass shit.
But it's fun. I don't know. Maybe I just really like Nic Cage.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm down with this crazy ass
I just
fantasy.
get really annoyed with the overcomplicated. Like I said, Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
It's like, are we meant to believe that a
But
man is
I like-
who's bleeding out is crawling all over the Louvre writing cryptic messages to people? No.
I seem to recall liking that movie too. I don't know.
I like the book better than I like the movie.
A lot of
never read
people.
the book.
Sarah said that too.
Yeah.
Because I've not read the book. I saw
Angels
the
and
movie.
Demons is terrible, but I like
the
Da
book or
Vinci
the movie.
Code.
Because they made a movie out of that
They
too, right?
did.
Both
they
of them are not good.
Yeah. Because I saw the movie and I was like, man, fuck this shit.
I saw like parts of that movie and then I don't remember what the fuck. Ian
McKellen.
No, not
Tom-
Ian McKellen.
Yeah,
Tom
McKellen's in
Hanks
it.
is the main guy.
Yeah. Is he
Audrey
in that one?
Tautou, yeah, and Paul Bettany.
Yes, Paul Bettany is the
directed
albino.
by Ron Howard.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
That's
I
the Da
did not
Vinci
see the
Code.
second one.
I don't
Second
remember
one's
anything
got-
about Angels and Demons.
Ewan McGregor.
It does?
Doesn't it?
Yes, he's the one of the cardinals or the
okay.
priest or something.
Oh.
I think I vaguely remember seeing it on like AMC or something the other day.
But I'm just saying, like, all that, like, historical fantasy bullshit, I'm kind of on board for it. It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense, but I'm like, hey, I know that thing in history. That's cool.
I see. The thing is I like that generally.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like is how overcomplicated it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
Just a mess.
at some point the clues, not so much that somebody would have figured out to follow them, but like that wall where they find the special 3D glasses that Ben Franklin made.
Yeah.
Like somebody would have just found that shit because the wall would have been falling down or it
Yeah.
needed replacing or rehab or something. Like they just would have found these things.
Again, Joe, you're not wrong, but this is a movie. It's a Disney movie.
Like
is,
this
but
is
it's-
something that I feel like we talked about this in another episode. Like this is something my dad would say. He's like he can't suspend his disbelief for this 2 hours and 15 minutes that this movie is, and he's finding all of these plot holes that I'm like, yes, but it's a movie.
Yeah, but the thing is that's my mom when I was little, and I would say like, why don't they just do this? You know.
kind of takes the fun.
Yeah.
Takes the fun
Well,
out of
no,
movies,
but like
right?
when I was little, it's like, why don't they just do this? This makes way more sense if they just do this. And my mom would say, well, it's just not in the script. And the thing is, that is a bullshit answer. Because if you're writing a thing and you want people to spend their time and their money watching it, then you ought to treat them and their intelligence with some respect and give them a thing that and
Come
give them a
on.
thing. Yeah, I mean, clearly
This is America.
it is America. It's true. But it's just like this. You don't have to have. If you just thought about it a little bit longer, one of the 3 writers, if you just thought about it for a minute longer, you could have come up with something maybe better.
Maybe.
And that's the thing is, it's just,
Maybe they didn't have enough time.
it's like
They had 4 hours.
because I have no trouble with suspending my disbelief. Ghostbusters is one of my all-time favorite films, and that's preposterous, right? I mean, like that there's like essentially firemen that show up and defeat, like battle and defeat ghosts. But the thing is the movie is logical, and then it says, all right, now just take this one leap with us. And then you do, but it's still grounded,
Yeah, but this whole movie is let's take that leap for the entire 2 hours.
It starts out with a fucking leap. It starts out like mid-leap,
Yeah, that's the point.
Like you know what else is funny? Because I was thinking about this movie, for whatever reason, it kind of reminded me of Sahara. Did you see that film with Matthew McConaughey and
think
Penelope
I
Cruz?
did, but
So
yeah.
I don't read the book because the book's terrible.
Oh, really?
But the movie is actually a lot of fun, and it's very similar. Matthew McConaughey is a similarly obsessed fortune
Treasure
hunter,
okay.
and it starts out with like the history of this one of the very first kind of like, it's not quite a submarine, but it's like it's a covered boat, Confederate covered boat, iron hulled boat that has like the entire like collected wealth of the Confederacy on it. And then it disappears from history, and so Matthew McConaughey has been like trying to figure out where did it go, And the movie, it is a really well done action movie. It's got a great score by Clint Mansell, like a good old fashioned brassy, like all horn score. It's fun and funny. You immediately understand the characters and who they are without having to know that they are played by Matthew McConaughey and Penelope Cruz and everything else, and it works so much better than a movie like National Treasure, which is just stupid.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is this Matthew McConaughey mid rom-com Matthew McConaughey?
He's got
reconnaissance.
This is post reconnaissance because I think it was just after what do you call it? The Magic Mike. I think it was like a few years after Magic Mike.
Okay.
Was it really?
His hair's a little bit longer. He's in very good shape, and it's
I seem
actually
to recall that movie coming out earlier, but I don't know.
I think it's like I want to say it came out in like 2007. And
That's
it's
not
Magic-
post Mike.
Yeah,
no,
that
no,
is-
no, no, no.
You said post Magic Mike.
Yeah, when did that come
Magic
out?
Mike came out in
2012?
like
2010.
in the teens.
In 2010 era.
Let me see. Hang on. So Sahara the movie came out. Why I typed in instead of Sahara I typed in Sarah movie.
I bet Sarah will really appreciate
She
that.
will. I'm sure she will. Okay, no. So Sahara came out 2005. So it was before the reconnaissance, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like peak Matthew McConaughey. Like this is the one when he did the movie where he's on the boat dive, not the boat diving thing, like Failure to Launch and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
Two really great McConaughey rom-coms.
I do like Failure to Launch. I do like that movie.
I love How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I've never seen that one, actually.
I have it if you want to borrow it.
I think I'm good.
It's good. It's got what's her face?
Yep. What's your face?
But see, the important thing is that I'm not saying that
You're saying
that Sahara's a great movie either.
Yeah, but you're saying
it's
it's
the
more- it's a
same
well-
kind
yeah,
of thing
same
that
concept,
works
better done.
way
Yeah.
the hell better.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh my god, it's National Treasure. So stupid.
I mean, you're not wrong in that it's a stupid movie. I'm just saying it's a stupid fun movie for me,
Yeah.
at least.
Like
Yeah.
this is a movie I can see the faults in it.
Oh, yeah.
But it is so nostalgia effect for me. Like I cannot not love this movie. But I do I think one of the main reasons because this movie came out to the middle of freshman year. November would have been the middle of our freshman year.
Okay.
There's a line where Riley is telling Ben why they can't steal the Declaration of Independence. Yeah. And he goes, families from Nebraska and little kids on their 8th grade field trips.
Yeah.
And I had gone to Washington, D.C. with my 8th grade class on a field trip.
You were like, they're talking about me.
Yeah.
So you felt emotionally connected
I was like,
to the movie.
well, I always thought it was like hilarious because all of
Why?
I don't know, because it came out like right after I had taken that trip.
Oh, I guess.
And I was just like, okay, that's really funny that they use that. And
They must have seen me at the Washington.
No, they were
DC.
probably filming in Washington, D.C. when I was there. They probably weren't. But that's like in my brain. I was always like, oh, they could have been filming. They could have been stealing the Declaration of Independence while I was there. But I always thought that was kind of funny.
Ridiculous.
I also have something that I think this feels like something that you, Joe, would be a nitpick on. And it comes up, people really nitpicked on this because it came up in both the like the fun where I get the fun facts, but also in the goofs page section of IMDb. Riley incorrectly says daylight savings time when in reality it is daylight saving time.
Right.
And 0 of 5 people found this interesting, and
Well, now it's 0 of
5
7 because I think Johnny cares about
and
it as much as I
5
do.
of 11 people found this interesting in the goofs page. And I wrote as a comment to myself, what kind of nitpicky jerk wrote this one? Comment, Joe?
No, I had no problem with it whatsoever.
Because I say daylight savings time. I didn't, like, I mean, it's daylight saving time, but it's like, everyone always says daylight savings.
Yeah, also, that whole business is whack, as Johnny would say. It's
Stupid.
very, very confusing.
It's wickety whack.
No, just whack.
Never.
Okay.
All right. So, Amy, do you have any fun facts or alternative casting?
I have 0 alternative castings.
You know
because it was
why?
always supposed to be Nic Cage.
Hell yeah!
They were
That's-
like, we need a stupid movie with an unconvincing leading man, Nicolas Cage.
No, we need a stupid movie and somebody who can carry that stupid movie and be really
Yeah,
weird about it.
and, like,
Nicolas Cage.
And be
more-
unabashedly unashamed.
Unabashedly strange.
More like they were like, we need somebody who's got serious money problems and will do any movie that we want.
Yeah, I feel like he has, like, multiple drug problems. That's why he does all of these shitty movies.
Well, no, he
has
has
a
like
gambling problem.
Yeah, he has
a well-documented gambling problem.
Okay, yeah. I feel like I've heard that. But, yeah, I was lacking in the fun facts. I'm really upset with the fun facts on IMDb.
because the movie's so fun. It doesn't need fun.
It's
It
already.
doesn't need facts.
So I've already
It's
told
living
you...
in a post-fact world. It was actually the beginning of the Trump era.
We just didn't know. We were too blind.
I've already told you guys 2 of the fun facts about the 4-hour-long cut
Yeah.
and the daylight savings time thing.
I always hear about, just sorry to interrupt, but,
yeah.
there's so many movies where it's like the original cut for this movie was 4 hours long. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If you have a script and it is 120 pages, that should work out to 120 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you doing with a
It's-
4-hour movie?
It's those 4, 6, whatever, how many writers they had.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
They each wrote like 30 pages. But I do have some that aren't like super interesting, but when Riley this is like a goof, when Riley has to start the van during the getaway from the National Archives, he slams his feet down on the brake and the accelerator at the same time, which I think is like
No, that totally works. You go faster if you
Yeah.
do that.
okay.
True.
Sorry,
called putting
I'm a
the
girl.
pedal
I'm
to
a girl.
the
I don't know how to
metal.
drive.
It's not for you, Amy. This movie's not for you.
I have one that I feel like you guys as Weird Al fans. I think. I feel
Well,
like
I'm
you
a
guys,
Weird Al fan. Are you a
I
Weird
feel
Al
like you
fan,
guys are
Johnny?
Of
Weird
course.
Al fans.
What kind of question is that?
We've
When-
never talked about it.
Like,
That's true. We haven't, but we kind of just knew.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
It's the glasses, really.
But there is a Weird Al reference. I don't know if you
There
guys.
is?
I don't know if you guys know it from Justin Bartha. While Gates is attempting to decipher the first clue on board the Charlotte after Shaw suggests prison, Riley says Albuquerque. See, I can do it too. Snorkel.
Oh,
This is a reference to the
The
1998
song
Weird
Albuquerque
Al.
on
Yeah.
Running with Scissors.
Yep. And then my last one is probably my favorite. Is the good guys in the movie use Google while the bad guys use Yahoo search.
I did notice that, and I was like,
Those
that.
fucking Yahoos.
Oh god, it kind of makes me like this movie even more. All the bad shit about this movie just
At
makes me like it so much more.
It would have been so much better if this came out when Bing was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I feel like Yahoo search is worse because
Oh,
Bing
no,
is still a thing. Nobody
Yeah.
uses Yahoo.
Well,
search.
the thing about Bing is Google. Did you hear about this? Google years ago, they were thinking like, gosh, Bing. Why is Bing like showing up the same search results that our
They
search
were
engines?
using the Google algorithm.
Well, they weren't using the Google algorithm. They basically written it in such a way that Bing would just be like, somebody type into Bing, and then
They
Bing would
would
be
Google
like,
search?
"Hey Google," yeah. And so Google set up like a trap, like a sting, and so they put in like results that would only hit if you searched for something in Google, and then tried it in Bing, and those search results popped up. And then they brought it to, they like made it public, like, see, Bing's just piggybacking on us, and the entire rest of the world was like, so?
Yeah, my dad used to exclusively use Bing until he had to sign up for a Google account for
That's
Gmail.
so
Dad
weird.
does seem like that kind of person.
I love my dad, but
Yeah.
It's
He-
like in Parks
he is
and Rec when they
very
all
s-
use Alta Vista.
but you see, something while
I
you were
remember
while
that.
you guys were
Shit,
talking
God
about.
damn it, I remember
Bing.
that. That was the very beginning of like the internet.
Yeah.
Like when I had
I've only heard
dial-up
about it in
internet.
stories.
Oh my god,
Old Man
that
Joe.
was like my first search engine.
You didn't have Netscape Navigator?
No,
I had Netscape
Well,
Navigator
at
some
school
point.
we had it at school, but no, I remember. Oh my god.
Here's an alternative casting to them using Yahoo Search or Bing. What if they used Ask Jeeves?
Oh yeah, I remember Ask Jeeves. I never actually used Ask Jeeves.
I don't think anybody did.
I don't think
that's what's not around.
Well, nobody was asking Jeeves anything, so he just withered away from scorn.
All right.
Oh, I do have one thing to kind of bring it full circle to our conversation earlier before we went and watched the movie. So remember how I said I downloaded the entire... And this was like a total like accident of me saying I downloaded the entire first season of Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that plays his great great grandfather who like gets the secret back like in like the Revolutionary War times, what's his name? Thomas Gates. He
The
was
first
played,
guy that gets the secret.
He's played by the big brother from Hannah Montana. Who, fun fact, when he was playing a 16-year-old on Hannah Montana, he
Yeah,
was
he was, like,
actually
55.
30 years old.
That's nuts.
Whoa.
He still looks like... He's not like Beans from Even Stevens, where he looks like a child molester now, and he's like 20-something. But no, he still looks like a baby, and he's like 50, maybe.
Wow.
I don't think that works out. I think
He
that's...
must be feeding off of like human blood. I have a fun fact actually.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed. I mean, it's only minorly fun, but it's interesting. The DP of this film is Caleb Deschanel, the father of Zooey and Emily Deschanel.
He is up for cinematography, and I was going to watch his movie, but it's 3.5 hours long. I'm like, oh, sorry, Caleb, I'm not going to watch your movie.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's him.
Yeah, look at him. He still looks like a little baby now.
Is that Caleb Deschanel?
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of went off tangent on that one.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah. Well, I thought that was just kind of a fun way to bring it around.
No, it's not that. Just
Oh.
showing the picture, like I was confused for a second.
You
I was
were like,
wait,
who is-
that's
Well, I
Who
feel
is this
like
man?
That
you
guy
would
looks
know
very
what Caleb
young.
Deschanel looks like.
More than any other podcast, this has been the podcast of Amy showing us pictures of men
yeah, it's true.
I feel like
that she
that's
just
a
has
lot
on
of
her.
them.
It's just
Yeah,
what she
it
has
is.
on her computer.
Jesus, Amy, you could use the internet for other things. All right.
You can.
All right. Well, I think this wraps it up. No?
It does. It does.
I think we all learned a lot about history and
Yes,
about the secrets within
this is
them.
what everyone should use when they learn history. I think we actually watched
In
this
history class?
in
That's
one of my
hilarious.
history classes in high school. I think I was like a senior in high school. We watched this in like a government class.
Your teacher was like, "This
That's
is
so
how the world was originally."
Your teacher was definitely hungover that day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was my econ teacher. For some reason, we watched
Yeah.
this, and I think the only reason was because he had a crush on what's her face,
Kruger?
Diane Kruger. Yeah,
That's funny.
She hasn't really done anything.
She was in Inglourious Bastards.
I know, but I
That's
mean
it.
since.
Oh, probably. I don't know.
I forgot she was in that film.
She's like a huge part.
I don't know, like Christoph Waltz
She's in a
and
Liam Neeson
Eli Roth
movie.
and Brad Pitt are kind of like.
I guess, but she's got.
Oh, she was in Welcome to Marwin. That
Oh really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the Steve Carell
Steve
film.
that
Carell
crappy
movie.
Steve Carell movie.
They got like a 20% on
she played
Tomatoes.
Kellyanne Conway in the Kellyanne Conway Story TV miniseries.
Oh, I loved that. No,
Mm.
I don't know.
But she was in a movie with Liam Neeson.
I'm surprised they had her. I feel like her playing Kellyanne Conway doesn't make any sense. I feel like they would have needed to cast like Ian McKellen to play Kellyanne Conway.
Wow.
I know that was bitchy, wasn't it?
No, I'm looking at this and it's like the people that they got to like. It's if you look at the cast,
It's too good.
it's like she
We're
plays
not looking at the
Kellyanne
cast.
Conway.
No.
The guy that plays Mike Pence does not look anything like he's not white enough to be Mike Pence.
You realize that what
Nobody's
Kellyanne
white enough to be Mike Pence.
And you know what Kellyanne Conway looks like, right? There's no way that this Diane Kruger person,
Yeah, she's attractive.
and looks like a
and
human
they got
being.
Christopher Maloney to play Trump.
That doesn't make any sense. Well,
What TV show is this?
It's like a mini TV series.
I think
don't
somebody
even-
had their eyes closed when they were casting.
Yeah, I think they literally just threw darts at a board.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm
All
done.
right.
I'm done.
Oh, it's
here.
a Funny or Die sketch.
God damn it, Amy! Why is your I'm out of here. I'm done with this podcast.
storming out.
I didn't scroll down far enough.
God, Amy.
All right. Well,
Okay,
so
well,
Amy, you still
Amy,
love this
take us
film?
I still love it. I still love this. Johnny?
I mean, yeah, I'd say, like, Joe, all your points are extremely valid. It's a dumbass movie, but I love it so much, and I can't tell you why.
Yeah,
I really
I
can't.
honestly don't know if I could tell you why I love this so much either.
It's just dumb and fun, and
Yeah.
it's got Nic Cage in it, man.
It does.
It's got
It does.
history.
It does have Nic Cage in it. I can't argue that.
It's got some weird glasses that have the little like things where they come down in different shades, and you can see the
bullshit.
map. There's a map. There's a treasure map behind this fucking Declaration of Independence.
You know, fun fact that
How do you not want to watch
that
that?
lemon juice in disappearing ink thing is true. You can really
Yeah.
do that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, look who's stupid now, Joe. I don't know. I got nothing. All right, I'm out. I'm done.
Okay, well, I'm gonna, well, I don't know where I was going with that.
Gonna wrap things up.
I got distracted.
Looking
by
at
looking at the
pictures
pictures
of
of men. Jesus. Gotta take that computer away from you, Amy.
No, I was pulling a picture for the Instagram post.
Yep.
But don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Cool segue there.
Hey.
Or Twitter at Nostalgitis, Nostalgitis.
We've started on our Instagram putting explain a film plot badly for each of the films that we've been doing, and people think they're funny. So
Yeah. So you should definitely check them out. Joe does a great job with that. He comes
does.
up with all of them.
yeah, wait until you
Straight
see what
from
we
his
have for
brain.
this one.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's
You know
a
it's gonna be
doozy.
brutal.
But you can also email us at nostalgiaeffectpod@gmail.com. Give us some suggestions.
Some suggestions, yeah.
And-
rate us on iTunes and leave comments.
Yeah.
But you know,
About all that
positive,
stuff.
heartwarming, uplifting ones.
There you go. We need that. We need.
yeah,
to know
Joe
those.
has a very fragile ego.
Yeah, super fragile, like an
Whoa.
eggshell.
Okay, well,
Good
thank you
stuff.
guys so much for listening. Don't forget to be kind and rewind.
We did it! Yay!
Fucking movie.